Welcome to Elle. I'm Anne Slowey. If you're going to live in my world, you either get it or you don't.
You're the boss lady on the new show
apparently.
Stylista. Yes. The boss lady, and the premise for the show, basically, you have these contestants who are vying to be your junior editor.
Yes, they're vying for a position at Elle magazine, junior editor. It's a unique position, and you know, it's a couple steps above an assistant.
Now, what are some of the responsibilities? What exactly does a junior editor do?
Well, you know, we haven't quite figured out exactly what this person's going to do, but they'll probably do a little bit of a rotation so we can continue to give them as much of a broad range of experiences, you know. So they'll probably do some work for me, which will involve research and writing and reviewing shows, and then, you know, working for Josie, the creative director. He's on the styling side of things, so he's the one that actually goes out and does all the fashion shoots and oversees that. So it's an exciting opportunity.
No, and it looks like an exciting show, and of course...
I'm excited to watch it. I haven't seen...
You haven't seen it yet?
Well, I haven't really seen much of it. I've seen bits and pieces, but we were kept completely separate from the contestants, so we don't really know anything about what went on. We certainly didn't then, and we still don't now. So I'm excited to sort of see what they're about behind the scenes, because I'm sure there's a lot of internecine warfare going on.
No, really, seriously, I don't want to sleep below someone that's describing me the way you just were, so can you get the out of my room?
Do you like how you're being depicted? Because I've read reports that you are just delightful in person, and you're coming across like a monster boss lady on this show.
Yeah, well, you know, I think it's all in the editing, which of course I'm not in control of. I don't do wheat at all. Don't do almonds unless they're soaked overnight. Melons should never be mixed with any other fruit. But you know, there's a certain degree, I think, of self-parody in the performance, but everything that I say is absolutely true, and I actually am a little bit like that at work, but most people just usually like laugh in my face.
Oh, good morning, Miranda.
Hey, Isaac. I don't see my breakfast here. Are my eggs here? Where are my eggs?
How do you feel about being compared to Meryl Streep? Because I know they talked about you really channeled Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears Prada.
You know, I actually have not seen the movie. People find that hard to believe. I tried to watch it, and my mother was like, what is this crap? And I'm like, well, it's kind of what I do. And she's like, I don't get it, turn it off. So I never actually went back to it, but I did see a little bit of her performance. You know, it's a bit of a caricature, but I understand that, you know, in the length of the movie, she actually portrays a very compelling person. I don't know that I necessarily was channeling her. I think I was playing maybe up a little bit to the hair and makeup, which is extreme for me. But, you know, again, fashion is ridiculous and sublime, and, you know, if you work in it long enough, you become a little bit of a character, I think. No. You know, all the people that I work with have very strong personalities. And so I wasn't channeling her specifically, as perhaps I was just intuiting a pastiche of many of the people I have worked with, including myself over the years. And, you know, again, I never do anything cruel. I think in the end they're happy for it.
You did trip me on the way over to the interview.
That was, you know, something you asked me to do.
Oh, that's
like,
right.
Can you just trip me before you slap me upside the face?
And then you followed it up with a spit. You remember that?
Yeah.
That wasn't very nice.
And I was like, stay down there on the ground. Don't get up until I tell you to. And when you do, I'm going to smack you.
No, but you clearly know a thing or two about fashion.
I hope so.
Clearly. Now, I need to know, am I doing something right with the suspenders?
Well, you're
What's
working
going
a little
on?
vertical stripe here. With
I am. Let's be
like,
honest for a second, Anne. Am I good right now? Did I do anything wrong this morning?
Well, I suppose if you had a pair of tap shoes and a bowler hat on, you could go for a Charlie Chaplin audition.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah. Well, you got there. You made it. You know. I would recommend, you know, perhaps not wearing the suspenders.
This was I actually brought the suspenders out for you.
Yeah,
I thought this was a bold fashion move.
It is.
Clearly, I failed.
It is, but sometimes bold doesn't necessarily mean right. But that's okay.
All right, well.
You still got a cute smile and a few earrings in your ears. So.
Oh, do you like the earrings?
It's your personal style.
Thank you very much. Well, she clearly knows what she's talking about, so I'm good. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. My pleasure.